Senator Lindsey Graham and others at the hearing made the case for higher capacity magazines.
Would I be a reasonable American to want my family to have the 15-round magazine in a semi-automatic weapon to make sure if there's 2 intruders, she don't run out of bullets? Am I an unreasonable person for saying that in that situation, the 15-round magazine makes sense? There can be a situation where a mother runs out of bullets because of something we do here. 6 bullets in the hands of a woman trying to defend her children may not be enough.
An assault weapon in the hands of a young woman defending her babies in her home becomes a defense weapon. And the peace of mind that a woman has as she's facing 3, 4, 5 violent attackers, intruders in her home with her children screaming in the background, the peace of mind that she has knowing that she has a scary-looking gun gives her more courage when she's fighting hardened, violent criminals.
And therein lies the problem with having to defend assault weapons. Because if you go out and try to defend assault weapons, then you end up looking like a jackass. It's just seriously.
I'm sorry, but that's
Willie. Willie.
That was Gail Trotter, a gun advocate for the Independent Women's Forum.
And before that, Lindsey Graham, who said, am I unreasonable to think that a woman needs a high-capacity magazine? Rambo in the house to defend her. Come on, seriously, this is so stupid. And Wayne LaPierre saying, well, you know, the criminals out there. There are criminals out there that aren't going to abide by background checks, so we should just have no background checks. Well, why do we, Willie, why do we have any laws on the books? There are terrorists that are going to end up getting into the United States of America. So why do we even try to stop Al-Qaeda? Yeah. Right? They say they're going to attack us again, so why don't we let down all of our defenses and just give up?
Oh, God.
One of the problems, or the problem, I think, with the story they told over and over again about the Georgia woman with the 2 infants is that she did defend herself. She shot the guy 5 times and he left the home. She had a gun with 6 rounds in it. She was able to defend herself.
She didn't kill him.
On your other point about Wayne LaPierre on the universal background checks, CBS poll shows 92% of Americans favor them, including 89% of Republicans and 93% of gun households. People with guns. 93%.
Willie, these people are such Wayne LaPierre is from the survivalist wing of the NRA. And if you're Lindsey Graham or other Republicans that are going to march off the cliff with Wayne LaPierre, you're a fool. You're going to get what you deserve, and more Republicans are going to lose. Nobody listen to me. Nobody listen to me and Colin Powell and other Republicans warning about how this extremism was going to cost us in 2012. It's going to cost us in 2014. It's going to cost us in 2016. They can decide. Do they want to start winning elections again or not? It's stupidity.
Kelly O'Donnell, you were on Capitol Hill yesterday. Do you think what we saw in that room over the course of a long day will have impact now legislatively on the outcome of this whole gun debate?
Well, I think one of the things that's so important about watching this is when you distill it down, you see the theater, you see the extreme points of view, but it's really part of what Congress has to work through because these issues are not easy. You can come up with a scenario to give an argument for why an individual, and I noticed that they tended to only speak of women who needed to defend themselves, which, you know, is perhaps an effective argument. You can find those scenarios. You can do the survivalist thing, like after Katrina or after the riots in LA, where there are pockets of anarchy that might exist for a period of a few days in the United States, where people might say, I've got to have a weapon. Then you've got the heartfelt, emotional testimony of Gabrielle Giffords and her husband. It's so important to remember Gabrielle Giffords is partially blind. She's partially paralyzed. Here's somebody who I used to talk to in the hallways, and now you could see her struggle to get those carefully chosen words out. That's a very real example of what can happen. You're also seeing lawmakers who are trying to figure out, okay, if they do something, will it be effective? So part of what you're going to find in the debate is they're going to kind of work through all of these extremes and scenarios to see if they can settle on something that people can agree on. having to work through it. You heard Graham say, you know, if we do something, might we end up having, yet again, a mother who can't defend herself. So part of what you're watching is the sausage making of policy. It's not always pretty. Working through it, talking about it, to try to get to some answers. And, you know, it's not going to be easy.
Hey, you know, it's not going to be easy.